Good morning, Europe. Thank you for starting your day with us. Here's a look now at Thursday's top stories.
Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi's government is set to collapse as three main coalition parties withdraw support, despite winning a Senate vote of confidence. Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov warns that 5 months into the war in Ukraine, the Kremlin is no longer limiting its efforts to the east of the country. French President Emmanuel Macron promises to speed up efforts to reduce emissions as wildfires continue to blaze across Europe. Italy's Prime Minister has won a confidence vote in the Senate, but the boycott by his three main coalition allies dooms the government's chances of survival.
Il sostegno.
Representatives of the five-star movement Forza Italia and Matteo Salvini's League Party announced on Wednesday evening that they would not take part in the confidence vote. The mass desertations could lead to the resignation of Mario Draghi, who had repeatedly said he'd only stay in his post if he retained broad support. Draghi, who took office in February 2021, submitted his resignation on the 14th of July to President Sergio Mattarella, who promptly refused it and suggested that he obtain the confidence of Parliament. Now it is the Italian president's turn to decide. He could ask for the formation of a new government or simply dissolve Parliament, thus opening the way for early elections.
Today has been Mario Draghi's longest day since his government was sworn in only 18 months ago. On Thursday morning, he is expected to meet with President Mattarella and to formally resign. We'll understand what's going to happen afterwards. Mattarella might request him to stay on as a caretaker prime minister. A long day for Mario Draghi, which started with Mario Draghi addressing Parliament, ready to offer his government a new chance, provided he said that there is unity, that all political parties are ready to renew a political pact that is needed to carry on with key measures and to carry on with the current coalition. But clearly today's vote has shown that those parties who used to be part of the ruling coalition aren't ready to meet those demands. Demands that, according to Mario Draghi, come directly from Italians, those Italians who urged him to rethink his decision to resign over the past weekend. So early elections seem to be the next step that could actually take place as early as next autumn. Giorgio Orlandi for Euronews in Rome.
Almost 5 months after the start of its offensive, Russia is broadening its objectives in Ukraine. In an interview with Russian state media, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said on Wednesday that the objectives of Russian forces were no longer limited to eastern Ukraine, but also concerned other territories.
The geography is different now. It is not only the Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republics, but also the Kherson and Zaporizhzhia regions and a number of other territories. And this process is continuing steadily. We cannot allow the part of Ukraine that Zelensky will control, or whoever replaces him, to have weapons that will pose a direct threat to our territory.
Meanwhile, Ukrainian First Lady Olena Zelenska, on a visit to the United States, asked for more armed deliveries to fight the Russian invasion.
I am asking now for something I would never ask for. I am asking for weapons. Weapons that would not be used to wage war on someone else's land, but to protect one's home and the right to live at home.
In recent weeks, the Russian army has been advancing in the Donbass, breaking the double lock of Severodonetsk and Lysychansk. The fall of these cities opens the way for Russian troops to advance further west into the Donetsk region.
In the heat of the summer, the European Union is preparing for winter and a possible gas shortage. As Russia threatens to stop supplies, the Commission has presented its master plan with a list of suggestions to save energy.
Russia is blackmailing us. Russia is using energy as a weapon, and therefore, in any event, whether it's a partial major cut-off of Russian gas or a total cut-off of Russian gas, Europe needs to be ready.
Phase 1 of the master plan is voluntary. Member states will be asked to reduce gas consumption by 15%, starting on the 1st of August and lasting 8 months. And if Russia goes ahead and turns off the tap, the Commission will declare a, quote, union alert, meaning that saving targets would become compulsory. Businesses and consumers would also be asked to help, limiting central heating and aircon.
Do we need to have the lights on in empty office buildings or shop fronts all night? Do we have to have air conditioning set at 20 degrees? Could be higher, couldn't it? Of course, it might reduce a bit of our comfort, but it might also reduce a lot of our consumption.
For big industry that guzzles gas like chemicals and metals, the situation won't be easy. They could be obliged to reduce their production. This would be done in a coordinated manner, and there'd be a kitty to compensate their loss.
First, we have to identify the companies that can be stopped and from there see how much energy we're going to save. It may happen that some companies right now with the high prices don't find it worthwhile to produce and decide, well, now that we have this aid, we're going to stop. From there will be some remnants of energy that can be used by other industries that do really need it. But I think everyone has to share the effort. We cannot show solidarity between states and then see some industries within the states fighting with each other for that energy.
Like a lot of Commission plans, one word at the heart of this one is solidarity. Some EU member states are, of course, more vulnerable than others. Whatever happens, the situation is grave and could get ugly if Russia cuts Europe off completely. Maeve McMahon, Euronews, Brussels.
Will it or won't it? That's the question being asked across Europe as the feed from the Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline is due to start up again today. Operations by Russian gas giant Gazprom were suspended 10 days ago for what it described as routine maintenance. But with relations between Russia and Europe at their lowest in years because of Moscow's invasion of Ukraine, there are concerns that the Kremlin could use the opportunity to simply shut off the valves. Russian President Vladimir Putin says Gazprom will continue to fulfill its obligations, but he's also signalled that when it resumes, Nord Stream 1 won't be operating at full capacity. Our reporter Kate Brady has more from Berlin.
After the 10-day planned outage for maintenance, gas is indeed flowing again through the Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline between Russia and Germany. And with it comes a certain sigh of relief here in Berlin amid growing concerns over gas shortages. Still, the head of Germany's energy regulator tweeted on Wednesday evening that Nord Stream 1 would resume, but at just 30% capacity today, highlighting again concerns about what might still lie ahead. Now, Russian President Vladimir Putin also said late on Wednesday that the capacity of Nord Stream 1, which was originally cut down to 40% capacity prior to this maintenance work, could indeed be reduced further. He said that would be due to slow progress in equipment servicing, specifically a turbine that was being repaired in Canada. The German government has repeatedly questioned Putin's justification, however, saying that there is no technical reason to reduce these supplies without the turbine. Now, Germany, of course, will be watching closely to see exactly to what extent hourly supplies of gas will be flowing through Nord Stream 1 in the coming hours and days. Kate Brady, Euronews, Berlin.
You're watching Good Morning Europe. Do stay with us. Lots more to come on the programme.